Pizza and wings.
Welcome back to the Pizza Wings podcast. I'm Chase.
It's your boy Billy, and I love you, Snoop.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm back here, the dog. I want to say thanks to Todd Gilliland for signature on the Pizza Wing shirt.
And I'm Dylan back here at it. We're going to be coal-less tonight, everybody.
Rip in the chat.
Big shark slided off the coast that he had to go take care of. So we send our thoughts and prayers to Cole.
Moment of silence.
All right. So, boys, it's been a while. Had a nice big holiday weekend.
Memorial Day, big holiday weekend.
We're already at the next week, but
Yeah.
because
Listen, we have jobs and lives,
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah. Takes
Right.
time to get settled again when you get back from a good vacation.
But our big vacation, we all the boys and friends went to the. Of course, we talked about it for a while now, for many episodes about going to Charlotte. But went to Charlotte to the Coke 600 to the NASCAR race all together. Hung out with an Airbnb, had a great time.
The biggest race in NASCAR, if I put that out there, because there's no other race that compares. The Coke 600.
The longest, at least, right?
No, I'm saying it is.
Daytona 500 might have a word.
No, that's just a cult following. The Coke 600 goes back to years where they used to run laps after laps. Like, every race now is dumbed down. I used to go to the Pennsylvania 500 and the Pocono 500. Now they're like the Pocono 250 and Pocono, nothing.
Yeah, but it's Pocono, bro.
Well, it's funny you say that, Snoop, because we went and saw the Coke 375. We didn't see the Coke 600.
Again.
NASCAR's a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, well, it's the whole. We can get into it. It's Fox last year didn't want to pay for extra time, didn't allot enough time for yada
It was
yada.
a load of shit,
Yeah,
is what it was.
Exactly.
It was a load of shit.
Why don't you guys hang out for an extra hour and we'll dry the track completely and then blame it on humidity?
Humidity, of all things.
Yeah.
Like, humidity.
That was so stupid. It's like there's no fog. Like, I get like usually with a lot of humidity and everything, it can cause fog, but there's no fog. It's just humid. It just feels gross.
Well, now there are some people, and I'll keep them out of it. Most people in NASCAR are like, "Well, the humidity, the tires and this and that, whatnot." Dude, it's 2024. I've seen tires go from lasting 25,000 miles to lasting 35,000 miles. You mean to tell me you can't develop a tire that runs in a little bit of humidity on a dry surface?
It's like they literally ran Bristol earlier in the year, and those tires lasted 10 fucking miles before they died. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
Going back to the pinnacle is, you're a little, down there. When I was young, races used to last basically as long as the Coke 600. And
Yeah, I mean,
nowadays,
2000s.
Nowadays they last 2 hours because they need to shorten it to keep people's interest because everybody's a little, can't watch something. They need to have all these shorts and reels, which, by the way, go watch our shorts and reels on the gaming podcast. Please.
It's a gaming podcast.
The gaming. Well, I mean, we
channel,
are
so.
a gaming podcast.
We're a podcast.
Podcast channel, same thing. Please go watch them. Our shorts on the gaming channel.
But speaking of the Coke 375, Snoop and Dylan and Chase, I mean, I think the greatest moment of that race was Snoop taking that man's American Eagle, bald eagle, and doing an absolute 90-degree, just chugging a beer, bro. That was legendary.
Input clip here.
Yeah, right. So to set the scene,
I have the clip. I have.
Oh, there's multiple clips.
To set the scene, the race is under rain delay. It's freaking a hurricane outside. Everybody's getting wet and blowing, so we're hiding under the bleachers. And a random group of guys have a what was it, like a bald eagle beer bong?
It's a freedom
fucking
funnel.
thing.
So
Yeah,
get your freedom
funnel, there you
funnel.
go.
Yep.
Isn't that the I think
I've
I've
seen it on
seen that.
TikTok.
What's the
Louisiana
guy? Doesn't he do that?
Stale
the
cracker.
Hydrate guy.
Stale
It's-
cracker.
Stale Cracker.
Shout out
yeah, he
Stale
does.
Cracker.
I think he sells them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does it.
So Snoop's ripping beers with random people under the bleachers and the fucking Stale Cracker beer bong thing.
It was a scene. You had to be there.
Well,
Yeah.
it was great because like the people that gave it to you that were chanting were all like college frat people, so it was like a college atmosphere underneath the bleachers.
So, like, when I came back, because now Dylan said the scene, but I had just gotten back because I went to go look for complimentary towels to dry the seats, which most tracks get. And I come back and I seen the guy had the funnel, so I was like, well, shoot, like, he's not going to be the only one doing that. Thusly leading into the scene that Dylan set.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if we're gonna sit there for an hour, we might as well have some fun, right?
Well, to be fair, they said 11 o'clock they're going back racing.
And it was dry.
And it was dry.
It was getting dry, yeah.
So,
I'll be honest.
So-
I think. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead, Billy. Sorry.
All right. Thank you. All right. I will say that like the other thing that I thought was pretty awesome is that we watched a fight from the grandstand
yes!
in
Oh,
the infield. It's like, and they were on this like jaggedy, fucked up platform. They all got down, and you just see like 20 people just start swinging
So, just.
for no reason.
Yeah, so like to set the scene when he's talking about this platform, we're sitting in turn one, there's a group camping in front of us of older gentlemen. They have like scaffolding set up, and then they got like 3 sheets of plywood wide by 3 sheets deep, and they're just up there chilling, and then these young kids come along or whatever, and then they're all down there on one of the infield roads, and they're who knows what they're saying, because we're, like I said, in the grandstands, not in there. They're jawing at each other, and then before you know it, they're swinging at each other, and hats are flying, and people are on the ground, and then the cops are coming over.
Crowd's cheering.
Yeah, because and this is under caution, so the crowd is seeing everything. All the cars are on the back stretch, so it's like quiet on the front stretch, and we're just watching these guys go at it, and people hitting the ground. Holy Christ!
And we're all like, yeah.
Yeah, we're all just cheering.
You know what's bad? Is I missed it. I was on a fucking beer run or potty break or
Aw.
something. I wasn't even there.
You were down at the
Well,
troughs.
I have the video of it.
Yeah, I was at the
I did.
troughs. In the pisser troughs.
Again,
All right.
duly note, I did not see a single person in the bathroom with their pants at their ankles, so thank God for that.
Thank God.
God,
Yeah, I didn't either, so yeah, thank God.
I did find some Bills fans though when I was getting food with Zaria.
Lord.
But no, here's the kicker. They're all wearing skirts.
Well, that makes sense.
They were wearing like the
That makes sense.
the
Checks out.
like the Scotland
Kilts, brother.
kilts,
Oh,
whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh.
Whatever. It's the same thing.
Billy, do you know how to spell kilts?
Don't.
Billy
Billy.
Kilts.
Is it KILTS?
I'm pretty sure it is. That's how I would
Okay.
spell it.
Ugh.
Let me look it up real quick just to make sure.
This is the Billy
Yes, it is.
tries to spell
Okay, we're good.
segment.
All right, you completed this podcast episode spelling challenge.
Well, no, I actually had one. I forgot we
Oh.
were gonna do that. Yeah, I wanted him to spell possum.
Possum.
Let's hear it, Bill.
God.
Possum.
Oh, that was
Really?
a tough one actually.
Come on, dude.
Because there's some like repeating letters in there, but I don't know.
Let's
like-
hear it. You got 5 seconds to start spelling.
Possum. Oh God. Is it POSS?
No.
No,
No.
Is it really?
No, it's not.
I
It's
didn't even get that right.
No.
no.
Yeah, this no.
So
There's
the
a
funky thing with
silent-
possum, Billy, is it starts with an O instead of a P.
What?
It's opossum.
It's
but
opossum.
Oh my.
You were right without.
The rest of it was correct.
Yeah,
It
you
was-
were right.
yeah.
You just missed the O.
Just like
That's-
pterodactyl has a P, so it's
Wait, hold on,
so
hold on now. Hold
stupid.
on. Hold
Oh,
on.
no.
There are possums and then there's possums. The opossum, those are native to America, but there are there is a species of possum in Australia that does start with a P.
Well, where do we live, Chase?
Well, we live in America.
So it's
That's all we
opossum.
know.
Alright,
Alright,
yeah.
It's opossum.
But I'm just saying, like,
I know. I
they're
mean,
both
that's...
pronounced possum, so technically.
Are you sure it's not like, hey, opossum, or whatever they do down there?
But y'all asked them to spell possum, though.
Yeah.
The one in America.
American.
No.
American possum.
Yeah,
I was gonna do like an Australian accent, but I don't really know how to do that. So
well, yeah. I mean, we're going off.
Just say
our,
like oi and like governor. Oh wait, no, that's fucking
that's
British.
no.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
I already
yeah.
messed up. Don't
Yeah.
listen to me about Australian accents. I don't know.
But speaking of like the Coke 600, though, I mean, we had some cool people show up in attendance. Obviously, the U.S. military with the soldiers and everything.
Yeah, they always do a
that,
cool.
that was awesome.
The Marine.
Yeah, that's a good.
Lamar Jackson was there holding a stinger. That was kind of cool to see.
And he was wearing a Ryan
And,
Blaney shirt, so that's good.
Yeah, so Lamar Jackson, Ryan Blaney fan, confirmed. And then
He
President
left.
Trump was there, was kind of cool. So,
You know, Lamar like left after Blaney like wrecked.
I don't blame him.
oh, he
That's what they,
did
that's
he
what they
really?
said. Like,
Hey, once your driver is out, like,
yeah, he was like, all right, that's enough.
But I will
True
say,
fan.
the way that Charlotte does the military tribute is definitely really, really awesome. You know, shout out to them for that.
I know I sat on the farthest end of the line, but you guys didn't see it, but I did cry at one point. Not even gonna lie. With the whole military thing.
You know what gets me, for some reason? I mean, I didn't cry like you did, Bill. But you know what gets me, which really hits
Dang.
home, is when they played the bagpipes. Like the bagpipes really
yeah.
hit home.
oh yeah.
Like that's such a
Yeah.
soothing tone, and it like I said, I didn't cry or anything. It just relaxes you so much, and it's like, man, this is great. Like,
It's that and the 21 gun salute. and all that
yeah,
stuff.
it's
But-
great.
All right, so on a happier note, or controversial between the podcast here, I would say most of us, I'd say 90% of us are not fans of Denny Hamlin.
Yes,
yeah.
we can say that clearly and
Oh.
loudly.
Right. So, a group of the members met Denny Hamlin,
Mhm.
and Billy, would you like to tell them exactly what happened?
Yeah. So,
Set the scene from the beginning, not just what happened.
well, set the scene. Okay, from the very beginning. Okay, so let me get this straight.
Because there was
Walked
stuff
a
that
mile to the
happened before.
track.
Oh
I
my
walked
god!
a mile to the track. and
Not
she was
that.
flat.
I wouldn't-
No, listen.
Not that
'cause
far back.
No, listen, because when I got to the track, me and Zaria were walking around. We're trying to find everybody. You know, I'm trying to make phone calls, and all I hear is this beeping noise, and then this girl in a golf cart is just going absolutely wild with this horn. I turn around, and it's fucking Ryan Priest. Ryan Priest is in the golf cart, like waving at everybody, drives past us, goes to his holler, and I text Cole. I'm like, "Where's Snoop and everybody?" He's like, "Oh, he's meeting Todd Gilliland and Michael McDowell." Shit, 5 minutes later, I get a text, and he signed our shirt. Awesome. And then I ask where was Peach and all of them, and they're like, "Oh, they're at the Toyota Center. Apparently, Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin are gonna come out." I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go over there. So me and Zaria walk over there to the Toyota Center, and they said he'd be out there in about 25-30 minutes. I was like, okay, I can wait out here for that long. Longest 30 minutes ever, because it was hot as hell.
I'm also
outside.
pretty sure it was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it wasn't even half an hour. Like, it was almost an hour. So props to them. Terrible time management. But they had like a railing that you could be up against, right? Like a concert and everything, like a metal railing. And me, Peach, Chase, and Mark were all on the end. I was the literal last person on the railing. I could actually go into the racing, like behind the thing, if I really wanted.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would get kicked out, or
That security guy would have like tackled you.
yeah, the security guy probably would have beat my ass. But so I stayed right where I was. You have the one guy just throwing hats and everything, which I did get one. I got one, so that was cool.
Oh, I got one, and I donated it to a kid behind us that was disabled.
nice.
Aw, that's nice. So Tyler Reddick eventually comes out. He does his questions and he starts doing autographs. Found out he's left-handed. It's kind of cool.
Oh.
He's left-handed just like Dale Jr. So I tried getting him to sign our pizza and wing shirt, and he skipped right over that. So appreciate you, Tyler Reddick. But he did sign Peach's hat, so at least Peach got an autograph.
Shout out Tyler
And-
Reddick. Please sponsor or subscribe to us.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck you, Tyler Reddick.
All right, back
But,
to it.
I had one guy reach over my shoulder trying to hand him a die cast to get signed. So I told the guy, give me the die cast. I grabbed it. Tyler Reddick did sign the die cast, so he signed the thing I had in my other hand, but he didn't sign the shirt. So at least I helped one guy out, whether if he's gonna sell that die cast or not, whatever. But then Denny Hamlin shows up. He does his interview, comes down, and he's actually taking more time with the fans than Tyler Reddick did.
A lot more time.
And he did a lot more time. I'll give him that. He did like a bunch of photos and he signed a bunch of kids' and stuff. And
Hold on, speaking of kid stuff, how about that one kid? The Denny Hamlin fan.
I'm your biggest fan. I love you, Denny. I love you. Just screaming, bro. Just
The whole
absolutely
time.
screaming. And he did acknowledge him at one point.
Yeah.
Before he even went down there.
I mean, when
He's like-
Denny went down, I saw the perfect view. That was the first person Denny went to, was that kid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which was nice.
That was like well deserved.
So he's getting closer, and for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, I just want him to sign the shirt, and I'm like, no. I was like, I want to do something. I want to get him to sign something, but I'm like, I'm wearing a Kyle Larson shirt. I'm wearing a Toyota Center racing hat that I just got randomly, and I have a Kyle Larson hat. I'm like, what the hell am I going to get him to sign besides this T-shirt? And I'm like, you know what? I see this all the time. Well, I won't say all the time. I see this occasionally from people that are ballsy, and whenever people get it, they'll go up to the athlete or famous person like, hey, if you sign something on my physical body, I will get it tattooed. And that just popped in my head. I literally did not go into Charlotte thinking I was going to do that or say that to somebody. And he gets the Peach. Peach gets his autograph on his hat. And Peach asked him like what his favorite song is for like the week or month or whatever he asked. I have no idea what the answer was, by the way. No idea what favorite song he was listening to. But while he's doing that, Chase has my phone taking photos.
I had Peach's
And-
phone. But
Oh yeah, Peach's phone.
yeah.
Okay. So you have his phone taking photos, and while he's signing Peach's thing, I just looked at him and I just intrusively thought like, hey Denny, if you sign anywhere on my body, I will get it tattooed. And he's like, he stops right after he signs Peach's thing and gives me like this perfect smile that I have in a photo that Chase took.
Mhm.
And he looks at me and he says, oh shit, all right. And he looks at me up and down. He doesn't choose like my arm or anything. He looks at my leg, and I have a perfectly placed bald spot on my rear calf. And he signs it. So I have a photo of him signing it and everything. And then he gets up. He's like, there you go, brother. And I told him appreciate it, thank you. Shook his hand, and got him to sign the podcast T-shirt. And he was on his way. So I am a man of my word. So when I
Fast
got
forward. Yep.
when I got back to Tampa the very next day, or actually on the way to Tampa. So when Zaria was driving, I texted my tattoo guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I can squeeze you in," because he's usually 2 or 3 weeks out. He's like, "Yeah, I can squeeze you in. I got you." Get there the next day, and at 11 a.m. I had Denny Hamlin's autograph tattooed on my leg forever. So it's a cool memory. I've had mixed reviews about it from other people. My dad thinks it's awesome. My mom thinks it's dumb. My friends' parents love it. They're like, "Oh, that's an awesome memory." Zaria thinks I'm crazy. Zaria's dad thinks, I'm crazy. But they all said that's a cool experience. That's
Of
a cool
all
memory.
people,
Yes.
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, I mean Tyler Reddick skipped me, bro. So that ain't happening.
Okay, I won't.
But
Fuck Tyler Reddick.
but like if I met Dale Jr. again, I'd be like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Like
That kind of
sleeve.
makes Dale Jr. makes sense, I guess.
All right, well,
Like if
I'm
you
a-
got Josh Allen or somebody, I guess that kind of.
Well, yeah, because I mean, this doesn't
Denny
hurt.
Hamlin.
This doesn't isn't bad, and I say this because I don't mind Denny Hamlin. I don't hate him like how some of you guys do, especially Cole. My God, but
Yeah.
like me, I don't mind him. Like I think he's a dick. I think he's cocky, but he has like 60 wins and can back up a lot of stuff.
shout
So-
out Denny Hamlin, fly Billy out for a podcast,
Yeah, right.
Put him on.
But,
and then tag us.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I've tagged Denny Hamlin in everything across the board. Hasn't liked anything. Hasn't like.
I tagged him in a
anything.
comment
So-
on those posts as well.
So hopefully one day, eventually, you'll see it or something.
Who's his
Or I'll bump into
photographer?
him.
Who's
Like, hey,
his
you-
photographer or whatever?
I have no
Jared?
idea.
Is it Jared?
No
I thought
idea.
that was like his podcast co-host.
Well, yeah, but he also goes to the track with him. He runs media for him at the track
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh,
So
yeah, I have
somebody
no idea.
tag Jared and like Jared and make it happen, like get a shout out to Billy or fly him out for, at least a podcast, like, or at
But,
least bring him on from home to Discord, question mark, please.
I will say I did speak to a photographer the entire time I was there up against the railing. So that guy was cool. He worked at Public, so maybe he'd do Frank.
Frank.
Who knows? But yeah, so that was
So-
cool. But yeah,
I know I'd seen a comment on your post about why would you get another man's name on you or something.
yeah, that was Zarya's dad.
Yeah. And then so are you gonna make this like a thing, like a whole like sleeve of like famous
Yeah,
people's-
that's what I was getting at. Was
Well, it's not a
so my-
sleeve. I guess it's like a leg.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
It'd be a
half a
list.
leg.
It's a memorabilia signature, like
Yeah.
So my dad, and I got this idea from him. So I do a lot of things that my dad does, obviously, right? And
Fair.
my dad has on his right leg all of his favorite sports teams on it. So he has, the Bills, the Sabres,
Mhm.
Mets, Rays, Alabama, whatever. And he has, my name, my sister's name, my mom's name in between the logos. So I was like, I want to do that too. I think that would be cool. I would do that eventually when I have more money to do that. But I was like, if I'm gonna have a sports team leg anyways, what's the driver's name gonna hurt? It just means now I have a NASCAR side on it because I'm not gonna get Dale Jr.'s number or anything on my leg because he's retired.
Yeah, but you could get his autograph. He might see that and be like, you know what else?
Yeah, but it's like, what are the odds that I'm gonna run into like Dale Jr. again? Because I met him.
maybe he
once.
sees it on
all right,
Twitter or something.
listen. It's you're probably going to, because the last time I seen Dale Jr. was, what is it, 2 years ago when Noah Grayson won at Pocono. Oh wait, I forgot Pocono's gay, Billy.
That's not true. I like Pocono.
But Noah Grayson won at Pocono, and you know who was the first one in the media center to greet him when he got the trophy? Dale Jr. And he walked out and got in a golf cart to go to his helicopter. And you know who turned me down for a round of golf, even though I told him I'd pay and I'd go to the best course around? Dale Jr. Now,
Well, yeah, I probably would do.
shout out Dale Jr. I
Random
have
guy. I'm not gonna go play golf here.
now. Shout out Dale Jr. I have probably $2,800 worth of diecasts that I never was able to get you to sign. So
They're all for sale.
yeah, they're all for sale at a cut rate price because they don't have signatures on them. And I wish you would have played a round of golf with me and at least signed one. So
Well, Snoop, I have some Dale Jr. autograph stuff. So if you want something, let me know.
but I didn't buy it.
But
I have a sterling silver car with a gold-plated hood that I wanted him to sign, and it never happened.
I mean, it hasn't happened. Not yet. Hasn't happened yet.
Well, that's why I phrased it like that, because it hasn't happened. But I did see him, and it was my own fault because I didn't have a car in his hand, knowing that he has a lot of Xfinity drivers.
You know what actually sucks though, and I thought about this after I got the tattoo, was I wish I had that idea, like intrusive thought just like pop in my head when I met Justin Haley. Because I could have had Justin Haley, Kaz Gralla, and Denny Hamlin on my leg.
Yeah, but like,
Not that Kraz Garl is really all that great,
yeah,
Sorry.
I don't. I think
Sorry,
you're
Kaz,
you're
but,
right with. I think you stick
Justin
to,
Haley.
but at least
Maybe.
Justin Haley is a guy I actually really do like watching. I've watched.
Yeah,
him
but
ever
you want to
since he's
stick to
got into
Yeah.
like people who
Ones
are,
that have a lot of wins.
yeah,
Not
like,
really. I mean,
well,
I
no,
could-
like he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Justin
Yeah.
Haley probably won't be unless he gets a better ride or something.
Yeah, you started
Yeah,
off on a
You're-
good
you're
foot.
fine.
Yeah.
You get his name when he's like really good and famous.
But,
And
like if I ran into Kyle Larson or Chase Elliott,
Yeah, now, like,
I'm
Larson.
like, yo, bro, like I need you to do this.
have him
because-
sign your forehead.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
I'll
But-
have him sign my leg, not my forehead.
Still continuing the Charlotte conversation. Shout out to Todd Gilliland. I know you like our stuff
Friend of the
and you
podcast.
follow. Yeah, and friend of the podcast. Thank you for signing and dating the shirt.
Same.
And Michael McDowell, thank you for signing outside of where I wanted you to sign it and not dating it. But thank you for signing the shirt. Next time, instructions were clear. But thank you to those two. They were really cool. Getting to meet
They
them
were pretty
both.
cool.
Yeah, they were nice. Was able to get a picture with them. Thank you, Chase, for taking the picture
Yeah.
with the shirt and their signatures. And thank you to them for, being out there and giving their time for the fans and signing. And I hope Michael McDowell follows Todd Gilliland and follows and likes our stuff. And again, shout out to Todd Gilliland for, following and liking everything.
Man of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Man of the people.
Yeah.
Every time I comment on anything he said, or I post or anything, like even on like Twitter, it's mainly Instagram. He's really active on Instagram. He usually likes it, which is nice. Dale Jr.'s like a lot of our stuff. Todd Gilliland has. I tagged Michael McDowell in the one photo. He didn't do anything. Whatever. But shout out to all the NASCAR drivers that we try to talk to on the weekly.
You should throw up the picture of us with him this week.
Yeah, I have the photos and everything.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can show our beautiful audience what we did and everything. Speaking of Charlotte, though, I just want to say, because we talked about having an Airbnb and everything. Whoever's bright idea it was to drop the fucking temperature every 5 degrees, like every day, you're an ass.
Billy,
It was fucking Antarctica in my room, bro.
Billy, wait.
That
My
shit
bad,
was
brother.
so cold.
Yeah,
My bad.
hold on.
So fucking cold.
Yo, I have a video of this, which I'm going to send to the Discord now. Sorry, Billy.
God.
I had that shit on 50 degrees like a couple times.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking hot.
It was hot. It's fucking 50 degrees inside. I mean,
Bro, every time I
People
saw,
were- people
every
were
time,
burned
every
up in
time I
there.
decided to check the thermostat, because I would go upstairs and it'd be like as if I went from like just Charlotte, North Carolina, to also in like the South Pole. Whenever I go upstairs,
dog,
I would
like,
check the thermostat and it'd be like it would be 50. I'm like, what the f? I would just turn it up to like 65. I'm like, that's a good temperature.
So like when Zari was laying down like a few times throughout the stay, I would go up there and check on her, see what she was doing, talking to her parents, whatever. And she's under the comforter, the main comforter, and underneath her own blanket that she brought with a hoodie on. I'm like, are you good? She's like, I'm fucking freezing. Every time she went to the bathroom or anything, she had to turn the heater on, just to have some warmth in the bathroom before the
Yeah.
shower or
Har-
anything.
Hardly anybody could figure out how to work the thermostat, and I had figured because it's like a smart.
Yeah. Thank
so
you,
like
Dylan.
I had I had it all like set up to like it would be freezing the whole time.
Well, I do gotta say that like the first night that we were at that Airbnb, I like tossed and turned and I like woke up a few times like being hot.
Yeah, I
'Cause
fixed
that-
that shit
but-
real quick.
but, like,
I was like,
Like the rest of the nights though, like I slept like a baby, like go under the sheets and comforter, and I was just out.
mhm.
Even though I would still wake up at like 7 in the morning, but I think that might have just been like my brain, like, all right, you're on this vacation, we got shit to do, let's go.
So
Yeah, I will say though, my bed was as hard as the floor. That thing was not comfortable.
Did y'all also have like a memory foam type?
yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was not great.
I'm about to say, for me, like when I first lay on it, it's like really hard, but like as I just sit still, like my body sinks in, and it was like
I
the
didn't
worst.
I didn't really sink. I was like laying on the floor. Like that's how it felt.
Okay. So while we're there, we are at Pizza and Wings, and we had to get pizza and wings, obviously, right?
Mhm.
So we had a Hooters stop. We had, but I think the big highlight was the night we ordered pizza. We ordered it from me and Snoop's place that we went to after golfing one time.
Yo, God.
Big ass fucking pizzas and slices that was
Yeah, those
as big as the.
So good. So
those slices were humongous.
Yeah, they were fucking half a pizza for one slice. Like, it was ridiculous.
And they're like, yeah, you get a slice, you're like, this is half the pizza, but there's still 7 slices left in the box. You're like, what the heck?
You know, the
Extra
crazy
large.
thing was too is that like the pizza was like really, really good too. Like Zaria wouldn't stop talking about it. She's like, I wish I had pizza like this down where we live. Blah blah blah. And
Well,
it wasn't badly priced either. So shout out to
It was
that place.
I think it was called Da Vinci's Pizza. It was a straight up Italian guy. Because me, Snoop, and his brother, the year when we went last year, we went golfing and we got pizza for lunch. And that's the place we found. And we walk in the door and it was an old Italian man yelling at everybody, and we knew we were in the right place.
well, so I definitely have to say that. I mean, so like Q Dog, he he said like one bite, and I was like, oh, Dave Portnoy reference. And,
Oh, yeah.
And like I just thought about it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually like rate this. I'm gonna bite this pizza. Granted, it was a pepperoni slice. I know Dave Portnoy always does cheese slices, but I had with the pepperoni slice. I took the bite, and I was looking at Q. I'm like, I think this is like a 7.2, and I honestly do think that's like a 7.2. It's a 7.2 pizza, and Q was like, you know, you might be spot on that. And I think what it could have made it better was if it was in the oven like just a little longer.
It needed a little more.
It needed
char.
some more structure, you know.
Yeah. It was good. It was fire.
Yeah.
They made me eat that ginormous slice.
Dude, that slice you ate was a fucking whole pie.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was looking at that slice. I'm like, I want another slice, but I can't take that one.
Oh my god, dude, that was the biggest slice I ever eaten.
It was like a third of the pizza.
I know. It's so big.
But so speaking of pizza, I got this list here. It's a top 10 list, but I only want y'all to guess the top 5. And it's a 2023 list. It's top 5 like pizza toppings. And now, granted, number 3, I'm tossing out number 3 and I'm pushing everything up one because number 3 was like a build your own pizza, which isn't a topping and it's kind of cheating. So I'm gonna push everything up one. But I want y'all to guess top 5 from 2023.
Wait, rephrase that.
Top 5 pizza toppings.
Oh,
Okay, toppings. All right, yeah. All right, are we going to guess?
Yeah, I mean, throw.
I'm assuming cheese is probably on there. Is that count as a topping?
cheese pizza.
cheese and extra cheese, yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah,
It's not even a topping because that's already the base.
Yeah,
for
but
a
It has to be
the
though.
world we live in.
So
extra
some
cheese is a
people
topping.
consider it as a quote unquote topping. So
How is it
When
a
you-
topping?
Because
when
you
you
can
make
get tomato
pizza.
pie, Billy. Because you can get
Yeah,
just
when you-
just straight tomato pie, bread.
When
and
you go on
tomato
an
sauce.
app or whatever, and you make a pizza, it like that's one of the toppings is cheese. Like
Fine. I'll let it slide. Fine.
but yeah, so number 1 is cheese.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Number 2, yep, that's pepperoni.
Sausage, bacon.
No, those are not in the top 5.
What?
that's gonna be like meat eaters. So yeah.
Yeah, but how do you not like bacon?
So these next few, it's not a singular topping. It's kind of more of a type.
Supreme.
Veggies.
It's gotta be supreme, right?
Supreme is not in the top 5, but you're on the right track with Supreme.
Pineapples.
Ham and
No, no,
pineapple.
Pineapple / Hawaiian is not in the top 5.
Thank God.
I don't know. So meat
So,
lovers
like-
is out. Supreme's out.
Olives.
Hawaiian's out.
No, not olives.
Well, black olives is in supreme pizza. That's why I was like,
Onions.
Again, not singular toppings. I'm talking like it's now kind of like it's a grouping of
Oh,
toppings.
what the hell's that one? The white pizza has got to be on there.
Alfredo.
It- It's not there now.
That's
Buffalo
tomato and
chicken pizza?
mozzarella.
let's see. I said buffalo chicken. we
Buffalo
got-
chicken. Of course, with me removing the custom build because the custom build pizza is number 3, but I'm removing that and moving everything up one. The chicken is number 6.
And barbecue chicken's on there.
Yeah, barbecue chicken's number 6. It was almost top 5.
Buffalo chicken on there.
Buffalo
Oh.
chicken. is number 7.
Chicken bacon ranch,
Oh, chicken bacon ranch is fire.
That's not in the top 10.
taco pizza.
No.
What?
I've never even seen a taco pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, did y'all? We said
Well-
sausage and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm
But
on
like I said,
topic.
these
don't know what else.
remaining pizzas in the top 5 are not a singular topping.
Okay, so it's actual like pizza then.
Spaghetti pie.
So you were on the
Spaghetti
right
pizza.
track. You were on the right track with Supreme, which is not in there.
Well, Supreme. I mean, how do you
I don't
narrow
even
down
know what-
Supreme? That's like
Yeah.
olive and onion and green pepper, or green pepper and onion. Like,
I don't get how y'all haven't guessed.
I don't know
this
the
one.
name of these pizzas, Chase.
Okay, number 3, a meat lover's pizza.
we
But
said
we
that.
said all the meat.
Y'all, no.
I said meat lovers after they said that. That's
Yeah.
what I was
Okay,
like.
you
then
did
I
say
didn't hear
that.
you because y'all are
Yeah.
just tossing things out there. At
That's
that
because I was like, how is meat lovers like this?
Yeah, we were all confused by that.
Meat
Okay.
Lover's number 3. I don't think y'all are gonna get number 4. And I think
Alfredo?
Snoop, I think you started trying to describe this pizza at number 5, but you're kind of were describing it in a wrong way.
Was it wrong with the taco or with the
No.
Supreme?
Taco pizza.
It's think of a
Oh,
classic Italian.
yeah. So you're saying back with
Deep
like the
dish?
white with the mozzarella and stuff.
Is it the Napoleon?
You and the fucking Napoleon.
Yes,
the hell?
all the ice
Neapolitan
cream.
pizza? Is that what
Yeah.
you're trying to say?
Is it
Neapolitan.
mozzarella, basil, and the
I forgot
tomato?
what the name
And yeah. What's it called?
Oh my god, I don't
What
know.
we're talking about. Just
Yeah, I know exactly what's on it,
Alright.
but I don't know what
A
it's
margarita
called.
pizza
Yes,
is number
margarita.
five.
I was
yes.
about to say that margarita.
I don't
thing.
think y'all gonna guess number 4 because I wouldn't guess this is the number 4.
just say it.
It's a veggie pizza.
Ew.
Yo,
I might would have got there.
Yo.
Like, a lot of
Vegetables.
vegan.
see,
shit out
this
there.
is why
Yeah, but that's not pizza.
this is why Cole needs to be here, because so we bowl Mondays in a league, right? My go-to pizza at the bowling alley, right, is a veggie pizza, add pepperoni. So it's not a veggie pizza, but I get all the
cream either.
yeah, I get all the veggies, but I add the pepperoni. Yo, if any of you live near a pizzeria that does a veggie pizza and you add pepperoni, I mean, there are vegans that just like, you know, the vegetarian thing, but if you want to be shocked, dude, vegetarian, a veggie pizza, add pepperoni with blue cheese on the side slaps.
I was gonna say vegan, but that's just funny with the veggie pizza because it's like you're almost tarnishing the vegetarianism with your meat, and I love it.
Yeah,
Show you something with money.
Dude,
Well, I mean, I do
Ooh,
like
hey.
vegetables on a pizza. Like I like the onions.
Gotta
I
let
like
them
green
eat too.
peppers.
You like
Yes.
onions on pizza?
yes.
Yeah, I
Oh my
like
God,
onions on
why?
anything, brother. I eat an onion like an apple.
because
I
it's
don't
not
know,
not raw
Thank you,
onion anymore.
Buttard.
When you
Yes.
bake it
Yeah.
in there, and it's like a almost like a caramelized onion.
I don't
Yeah, it
care
is.
for onions on pizza. It's one thing on burgers, but not on pizza.
Well, again, Billy, grow up.
Hey, at least I eat it. Cole doesn't eat it. All right, Cole needs to grow up and eat an onion or something with an onion.
We will
Well,
try.
we agree.
We will try.
Bro goes to
onions
Charlotte
are
and
good,
orders
man.
chicken fingers. His whole palate's a 5-year-old.
Oh man. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. So when we went to Twin Peaks, we were in that restaurant for probably like 2.5 hours.
No,
3 hours.
No. It was like 3 business days because it was.
Yeah.
All right, here, hold on. Here, let me, because me and J-Paw, shout out J-Paw, words of advice, we were in it deep, right? So there's what, 10 of us, 12 of us?
Something like that.
I
Just
think,
like set the
yeah.
scene.
12, yeah.
Yeah,
12.
we're sitting at, you know, an extended table. Same shout out to Twin Peaks, same table as last year. So there was a booth off to the left and or right, depending on what side of the table you were sitting on. And these two guys were there before us. And this is setting the scene why it took us so long. So apparently something was going on with like new cooks, or somebody didn't show up, or they just got behind. So there's 12 of us sitting there, left or right, depending on where you're sitting. There's a table of 2 guys next to us. The one guy, they both ordered, they got 2 beers. No, it was 3 beers before their meals, right? The one guy's meal comes out, and they come back and they, refresh the drinks for the fourth time. The one guy's eating. The other guy was just, sitting there waiting, and the waitress came back over and said, "Hey, your order got, misplaced. It's going to be out in 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Just give us a second." So, shorten up the story, 45 minutes later, his friend is done eating. They're on their 6th round of beers. His food still hasn't come out. The waitress and manager come over and say it'll be out in 3 minutes. And the gentleman proceeds to say, "Okay, well, if it's not out in 3 minutes, we're leaving and we're not paying for anything because I watched him eat. We came here together and I'm still waiting to eat and I have places to be." Surely enough, his food does come out. They comp everything for them. I don't know what they left for tip because obviously done by card. But thusly, that goes into where all 12 of us fit in, that it took forever for us to get our food. It all didn't come out together. 3/4 of it came out, and there was, 3 of you guys that were still waiting for food to come out? And yeah, it was not as great as the first time we went there. I mean, the food was good, but the experience in the waiting, not as good as...
3-hour fucking wait.
Yeah. We were there for a while. It was...
Yeah, and the fact that we were forced to leave a tip, like it said like gratuity already on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? As a y'all want to take 3 business hours to fucking, or days or years to just bring us drinks and take
that's
our order and shit? That was fucking ridiculous.
that's why I didn't leave a tip, because if they already took 18%,
And
Yeah, I didn't leave shit. Fuck them.
and now
I'm not doing
here's
anything then.
before all you haters come in and say something. These were all separate checks except for Billy. Billy and his wife were together. All the checks were separate, which they agreed to, which was fine and it didn't cause a problem. But everybody's single check had gratuity added to it. And it took over, I would say, an hour for all of our meals to get delivered. And 3/4 of the table was eating way before 3 other people got their meals.
It took them an hour and a half before they even took our food orders.
Yes. So
It was,
all I'm saying is Twin Peaks, you let us down by charging us gratuity.
I'm about to say, because the food stuff, it's not the waitress's fault. She did a good. Oh, I think I'm liking her. She did a good job with like the whole like fiasco and our huge table.
And
I
splitting the
would've tipped-
checks, yeah.
I would have, splitting the checks. I would have tipped her 20%, but, and this is a downfall of restaurants, if you're already going to include the tip in the thing, I'm not going to tip you. I don't care what percent. If it's a 5% already taken, that's your tip then.
Well, that's because
Don't take the tip already when I could have gave you more on my own.
yeah, and I was just gonna say that that's because they call you out. So restaurants stop doing gratuity because, I mean, I left a generous tip, I did, on top of the gratuity, but you would have gotten more if you didn't already charge me, and it would have been cash, so you didn't have to get it
Yeah,
taxed.
exactly. Yeah, cash. Yeah.
So shout out businesses. You want, good tips. Don't charge gratuity when you take forever to bring the food out. Or, if you're prompt with it and everybody's paying on one bill, I mean, I guess, okay. Like, I can see it from both sides, but if you're super late and you're making people wait 2.5 hours just to eat a meal, don't charge gratuity, because chances are your people are already pissed off. So let us leave cash, and you'll probably make out better after taxes anyway, because you don't have to claim that.
I always thought tipping, like, I tip no matter what, but
Yeah.
especially good waitresses. But it should be illegal for a place of business to pay someone under minimum wage,
Yeah.
and then expect them to rely on the randomness of strangers to pay for their paycheck. That's fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
I've always thought that.
I think they should get paid minimum wage plus tips. Always.
Yes, at the very least.
Yeah, the very least.
That
minimum
makes more
wage. sense.
sense to me. But to be, you make $1 or less an hour, but you get tips. Like what?
Yeah. So now
And
here,
I know people do good with tips, like bartenders and shit, but
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
still,
yeah, especially bartenders.
Now-
yeah.
but still, dude, that's ridiculous.
here's a scene for you, right? So I used to go to sports clips down in Wilkes-Barre, where I live up in PA here. They shut down sports clips. Shout out Denny Hamlin. It's a dying sponsor. Should get rid of it.
Ooh.
But I go to this new place and I've been going there for a couple months, and shout out to my hairdresser down there, Bree. I think it's Supercuts is the business. I've been going there for a while. It's like I get a neck massage, a hot towel, and a haircut, $22. I leave her a $20 tip every time.
It's like a sports clips
Dang.
kind of deal.
Yeah, it's Super Clips, you know, spin off, whatever. It's walk-ins only, but you can, when you walk in, you fill out on a tablet,
Yeah.
you know, your name, number, and who you want to see. And I've been seeing this girl Bree, shout out again. But it's $22 for a hot towel, neck massage, and a haircut.
Yeah, the place I go is the same thing, except it's called the Head Coach, I think.
Yeah, and I pay $22, so it's a $44 or a $42 haircut, because you know, $22, and then I give her 20 on top of it just for herself. I tip well, you know, and this goes,
If you do good, yeah.
yeah, like you were saying, but like anywhere you go, if either it's a good waitress, you know, good hairdresser, whatever, I will tip well if you're good, but if it's slow and or there's you know, complications where stuff doesn't come out right or this or that, okay, now I have to factor that in. But if everything goes well, I will tip very well outside of gratuity.
Yeah, I don't tip very well. I usually tip like 10%. That's about it. And people say I should tip 15, 20%. But I'm like, the way I look at it, it's like, okay, if they're waiting, like going back to like the waitresses and whatnot, if they wait like 10 tables in an hour and each person gives them $5 as a tip, all right, so now they're making minimum wage, which is like $7 down here in Florida. And now you just got paid $50 in an hour because 10 tables just give you $50 or $5 a piece. Like, bro, you just made a stupid amount of money. I have a friend that works at Longhorn Steakhouse. She has made well over $30,000 to $40,000 in 2 years just from tips.
You can do it.
It's insane.
Don't be mad
It's
because they
literally
make
insane.
money.
Oh no, I'm not mad.
Yeah,
Props to her. I just think it's insane.
Well, that's why
I
you don't tip.
much.
Yeah, because you're
that's why I
jealous
don't
of them
tip.
making money.
Yeah.
You can do it, Billy. Dude, get out
They're
there,
doing
dress
their
skimpy.
job.
It might just be a Florida thing.
No,
Yeah,
they're just
it's
doing their
gotta
job.
be.
For me, I think businesses should just pay them standard wage, and then if
I do
somebody
too,
wants to tip
but
them,
like,
that's fine. But I don't think that they should be paid minimum wage.
I'm not gonna tip them less because I think they make more, like, make money. Like, what?
Yeah, like I.
But no,
That's
seriously,
ridiculous.
like, no, listen.
no. We heard what you were saying, Billy. They make a lot of money, so you don't want to tip.
You don't want to tip them because they make more money than you.
There are
Plus
times
waiting,
I have
waiting
tipped.
10 tables at once in a single hour is
It's an art.
I just use that as
it's
an example.
unrealistic.
More
like 5 tables max.
But I say this because I have tipped very well in the past, but when most of the service I get down here in Florida usually sucks, I am
That's
not
fair.
going to.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to
sucks.
give you $10, $15, and you only see me twice, and that was to literally give me my food and take my order.
Sounds like you need to
that's
start
it.
finding
fair.
better places to go to eat then.
Brother, it's expensive as fuck to eat down here. I eat the same shit for like
That's
3
the
days
whole
straight down
argument.
here.
Dude, like where I see tipping is brought up, the comments are always like, if you can't afford to go out to eat, you know, don't go.
Yeah,
Like, if you can't afford a tip, don't go out to eat.
Yeah.
Like,
straight up.
But I will say tipping culture in America is fucking
Oh,
insane.
it's so bad.
It's
It
so
is.
bad. Everywhere you go, like I go to Five Guys. Do you want to leave a tip? Why? You're flipping
Yeah.
my burgers.
they kill me.
Yeah,
Unless-
Like, if I don't
Unless-
sit down to eat, I'm not tipping. That's
Yeah,
my
exactly.
thing.
Unless you are literally my waiter or waitress and I'm sitting down at a dine-in restaurant, I am not tipping.
unless it's like
Not-
a small business, like a family-owned business.
Or,
and
yeah,
you
if-
know
I
that
mean,
there's
yeah,
like
if it's-
3 people working and they're taking care of you. All right, fine. I don't care. But if I go to Five Guys and I'm paying $13 just for a single burger, and they want to tip on top of that, yeah, kiss my ass.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it whenever like I'll be at like if I go to like a Chipotle type restaurant, not exactly Chipotle. I don't go to Chipotle. Disgusting.
They suck.
But if I go to a Chipotle type restaurant, I go to the counter,
Moe's.
they
Just
pay
say
with card.
Moe's.
It asks if I want a tip, and sometimes I will notice they're kind of like wanting to peek over, and if they are trying to, I make sure they look at it and I press no tip, just dramatically.
Just
I'm like,
just
"You're
stare at him.
Nice.
I'm not gonna do that because they're gonna spit in my food. So.
well, you see,
Yeah.
the food's already bagged and sitting right
Oh,
there.
okay. Well, then in that case, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always tip well, no matter what. I mean, I don't know. What was it? The week that we left to Charlotte, I went to Applebee's. It was $1 margaritas. I had about 4 or 5 margaritas. I got the appetizer sample platter, and I think I think my bill came out to like $28 or $30, and I left $15 because they were good people to be around. And, I was sitting at the bar, and there was 2 bartenders. There was a bartender and a bar back, and the bartender was a male. I know a lot of people, shout out, half of America hate when there's a male behind the bar because all males think that there should be women bartenders, but I've had a lot of really great male bartenders. I left them $15. Oh, Chase, it's a controversial thing. A lot of people don't tip well for male bartenders just because they'd rather look at a piece of ass behind the counter.
Their words.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't matter if you're just.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, if you can make my drink and it tastes good, I don't care.
Make the drink.
It's just most dudes think they have a chance with like every woman that's nice to them. So.
Yeah, and that's why women get left good tips. And
Yeah, exactly.
I base it off of number one, if you're, how to say it, like you're very perceptive and you see when a drink's like close to empty, you come over, you refill it. Your overall stature is, you're, upbeat, willing to talk about anything, bullshit about sports or something that's on TV or overhear a conversation. You make a little input as you can, moving around the bar, going to everybody. As long as you're, you can make small conversation, keep the drinks flowing, and, if it's dead, talk for a little bit or whatever. Man, I'm going to tip you either way, women or man, I'll tip you the same. So like I said, it was like a $30 bill, and I tipped $15 to him because he was funny. He had me laughing, and he could talk sports and shit. It was great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, sure.
But what's the Florida man have to say this week?
So I was gonna say, you're speaking of people getting drunk and causing problems eventually at the Applebee's, because I've had that happen on Dollarita.
Yeah.
So,
The Florida Man. Story of the week.
so I don't know if this guy was at an Applebee's, but I imagine that he was on something.
And drinks are flowing.
It had to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this headline reads: Naked Florida man crashes into jail, throws rubber snakes, pours oil, and threatens to burn down the jail. So,
Yo.
take it here.
Why?
My man's just in a different place.
Like, this just sounds like a Rick and Morty skit. Some dumb. That was so. Why? He crashes into a jail, has rubber snakes, just throwing them out. And he said he had threatened to burn down the jail with oil.
Yeah, it's like
Bro just has a bottle of castor oil.
And he's
Sitting in
naked
the
during
car.
all this.
And he's naked.
And he is naked.
He's just stroking his shit while driving into a jail.
Well, I don't know if he's stroking his shit. It's a lot to take in, okay? But the story here goes: he's an extremely amped up man wearing only a ladies' top. So he was naked from the waist down.
Holy
Okay.
Christ.
Drove into the lobby of the jail, and then he threatened to set himself on fire.
Oh, like Terminator style.
Yeah.
Drove in, just okay.
Of course, they finally did arrest him. Charges was just multiple counts of aggravated assault, criminal mischief, and resisting arrest. Blah blah blah. So he crashes through the lobby. He throws 2 rubber snakes and multiple cell phones that he has for some reason.
What?
After that, he gets out and he starts pouring motor oil on his car, and he threatened to light the vehicle and himself on fire.
Why do people think that lighting yourself on fire is ever a good idea?
Well, he was obviously on something.
Well, I get that, but like I've seen a lot of that recently where people just want to set themselves on fire for like protests.
It's like a
and shit.
protest
And
thing, yeah.
I don't like if you're gonna protest, like set something else on fire. Don't set yourself on fire. Just make a little fire or something. Like
But
we could go all into that.
Yeah.
But
that's just
because like the burning monk thing was kind of like a spot in history and all that.
Burning Man.
or like
Nah, where the
one
monk
dude-
set himself on fire
Yeah, I
in
know,
protest
I know.
years ago. But
I
anyway,
mean, just like the one dude from like New York, like a month ago.
yeah,
outside the
Marine
building.
or whatever.
Like
You said we could go into it, but
another day.
Right. All right. So after he threatens to set himself on fire, right? The cops are trying to calm him down or interact with him. They're forced to tase him, obviously, take him into custody. He kept saying that the devil told him to kill everyone, and he kept sharing his disdain for Donald Trump. So,
All right.
Okay.
the paramedics tried to give him multiple doses of ketamine. Shout out Jake with the ketamine to calm him down, but it didn't work. So he must have been really hopped up on.
Oh, he was really on something then.
Oh yeah.
Like, good lord.
So this was a quote. It says the medication that a normal person would take to be sedated was not affecting him at all. So that leads us to believe he built up a high tolerance to different types of drugs.
Whoa.
All right, so bro's just a repeat user.
You're right.
Does
Sounds
it say
it-
what his bail is or anything? If he even has one?
No, it says that all his car only made it through the lobby, like the glass doors. It didn't like actually make it into any jail cells or anything.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, does he have like a bail set? Like,
I know. I don't see one. They plan to install concrete bollards on the sidewalk in front of the jail to prevent happening again.
There we go.
So yeah, there you go.
that's. Did it say where that was at in Florida?
Let me pull my thing back up. Martin County.
Where the hell is that? Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna do some research. I don't know where Mountain County is. Let's see. Apple Maps. Martin.
I don't know where.
County. Okay, let me zoom out.
Could be like
Okay,
West Palm
so
Beach or something.
that is near Port St. Lucie and Lake Okeechobee. That, like, literally, like, looking at the county, it is fucking, there's like nothing in it. It literally just looks like it would just be country land or swampland or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it like literally doesn't look like there's anything in that county.
So that was probably the most exciting thing those cops have ever seen happen.
Yeah, probably. But
I have another one that's kind of sad. If you want to hear it.
well, yeah, why not? We've been away for 3 weeks. Might as well.
let's hear more.
Okay, this one's not gonna be funny, but there was a woman. Yeah, right.
All right.
This is in Tampa, actually, Billy. So, a Florida mother was arrested Tuesday after she allegedly tried to sell her 10-year-old daughter for $20.
What is wrong with people,
What?
man?
What?
And then apparently, she also attempted to sell the girl for sex for $5 a piece.
Oh dear lord.
What am I
Yeah.
hearing?
So it says there was a teacher that was dropping food off at like a homeless shelter, and the mother come up to her and said, "Take her with you. Give me $20 and you can have her." And then that led to more investigations where she was trying to pimp the girl out for $5, and It said the 10-year-old was hungry and crying and hadn't bathed in days. Of course, they arrested the mother and child abuse charges and all that stuff. But they took her to the hospital, fixed her up, and they said she's in a safe environment. And they're not going to tell you the mother's name to protect the child, it says. But that was kind of fucked up, and I thought I'd let you know.
Here's my take, right? So, people probably going to think this is extreme. You know, they held the mother's name. Let the mother's name out. Because you let mass killers' names out and stuff and whatnot. So why hide her name? Number one. Number two.
Well, I already know the answer to why they did, but
Number two.
Well, their reasoning was to protect the child's identity. So
there's no point in putting the mother's name out because they already have her in custody.
Yeah,
right.
well, whatever.
The only reason would be to protect the child, because the child would, just because of how kids are, the child would get picked on about it.
All right. Well, okay. Regardless of that, leave that out. Whatever.
Snoop,
fine.
that's one of those things. Like, I'm a guard. I just let the other guys know what she's in there for, or the not guys, but the other women.
Yeah,
and
you
they
turn
take
your
care of it.
and you turn your shoulder. Yeah, no, 100% agree.
Absolutely.
My uncle's a prison guard, retired, and you know, he didn't do any of this or whatever, but because he was like more of like watching the cameras. He said that you know, it's only he always told me, he said, if you go to jail, he said, go to jail for something normal. He said, don't go to jail for like beating a woman, doing anything with a kid, no rape, this or that, because he said it doesn't matter how long you're in there. He said, even though there's cameras and there's guards anywhere, eventually someone's gonna find out who you are. You know, and he had a great career, successful career. But going back to what I was gonna say, I think like people like that do that should face severe charges, like murderers and stuff. As far as like, you know, 25 to life, because we all know she's not going to get 25 to life. She's probably going to get 10, 15, 20 max. But I think that they should get, you know, 25 to life, because if you're doing that to your own child, are you really even fit to be around any children or anybody on the outside? Like, you're that desperate that you'll sell your own child that you gave birth to and carried in your stomach, and you're going to sell that child at 10 years old.
I don't even know if we should waste the time on the jail cell. We just go ahead and get her out of here.
Yeah, save the taxpayers dollars.
Save us some money.
Yeah, that's
taxpayer money. Same way with pedophiles. Get them out of here. Like, I'm done.
And that's where we'll leave it. You know?
Yeah, we can.
We'll
don't get me
there.
fired up on pedophiles.
We'll leave it there because it's good.
So anyway, on a lighter note, let's hear what J-Paw's advice would be.
While you are asleep, if you find a toilet in your dreams, do not use it.
And that was J-Paw's words of advice. Join us next week for everyone's favorite segment.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Pretty good advice. Once again.
Always. Yeah. Always comes with that hitter, dude. Always comes with that hitter.
He never misses. But, well, boys, it's good to be back. Hopefully we can get back into swinging things here. Kind of a not our normal kind of episode, but you know, hopefully people will enjoy it, listening to what our little vacation was about.
And we got more to come because I'll be at Pocono for the whole weekend.
Yeah, if you're interested in NASCAR at all.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know. We're all over the place with stuff, so who knows? Like what people actually like, you know. But hopefully you find something.
We're in an everything podcast. All right.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
And don't forget to go over and like the gaming channel for a lot of shorts and funny clips of all the games we play and the funny moments we have over there. And thank you for everybody coming back, and hopefully you like this episode, so please subscribe, do smash the like button, share, leave us comments, so we know what you like and what you don't like, and we appreciate you guys coming out every week and listening.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Love you.
Bye.
Pizza and wings.